Hello and welcome. Let's take that testing off because we've already tested and we're here with you live. I've got a guest in a couple seconds. We'll introduce him. His name is Josh. If you are familiar with the PA Bourbon Squad, you've probably seen his name at some point. He's a super cool dude. We are going to get to some comments. The Blocklingers here. Good evening. Whiskey and Cigar Night. Let's see if all the blinds are cigar blends. Chris Kager in the house. Lego. Zippo match or butane lighter, the best for cigars. We're going to come back to that in a second because I am pretty sure my guest has a better cigar palate than I do. So he's going to be the one to ask about that. I know a few things, but I think he's honestly more of a cigar guy at this point than I am. Dave Warmingham says hello. What's up, Uncle Dave? Anybody who drops a comment is entered to win our giveaways for commenters tonight. We usually run 2 giveaways. Drop a comment, you'll be entered to win a few things. Tonight we are giving away a set of stickers. Let me bring up the beautiful GoPro. Giving away the usual, the definitely not Matt O'Driscoll sticker, and definitely not Matt O'Driscoll on a beach sticker, as well as, since this is a night that I'm hanging out with a fellow cigar friend, giving away a Weller by Cohiba cigar, along with Weller of your choice, out of what I have, obviously, to pair with that. So if you are interested, drop a comment, as Joseph Rodriguez just did. Fellas, what's up? It's going to be a fun night. If you are a member on YouTube or Patreon, you get an automatic entry into our paid giveaways. If you are not a member, a $5 super chat or joining in the middle of this, if you join either Patreon or YouTube, I will get a notification in the middle. We added a few people last week. We've added some people in the past who have joined in the middle. We're giving away a couple of things. We are giving away one of these beautiful Gentleman of Whiskey hats. It will probably be that color scheme. And then, since it's Scotch Month, we're giving away a whole box of the Monsters of Smoke from Ardbeg. It's going to be a fun time. So if you are at all interested in PD whiskey or you want to try it for the first time, this is a great way to try it. It is 3 200ml bottles, including the Wee Beastie, the 10-year, and the Anoa, all of which are fantastic, especially if you are a fan of the Islas or you're looking to get into them. I think they're great entry level. Blocklinger says they are good cigars. Dark Meat Pete, who was our guest last week, says, hello everyone, Gentlemen of Whiskey, doing great stuff as always. Need some tips on cigars, another level on this beautiful journey. Well, I'm sure we will talk cigars this evening. But before we get into anything else, we've got to get to our guest. So without any further introduction, this is Josh, the Kingpin of Smoke. Josh, how you doing tonight?
Not bad. John, how are you?
Good. I had to go change in the middle. You know, we gotta represent the birds. So
I noticed it.
So let's get to that first question. Zippo match or butane lighter, the best for cigars? What do you think?
My personal preference, because I'm lazy, is I use butane. I have a Zycar, and then I have another the little cheap little giveaway ones from Drew Estate, and I use them. But honestly, if you have the time and the skill, matches are the way to go, I think.
I used to be an exclusively matches guy, and then I've grown to be more butane. But what I will say about butane is butane works best when you toast without puffing.
Exactly. Yeah, I toast my foot first, always.
Yep.
But I mean, we smoke outside a lot, and matches are I just don't have the patience.
Right. Yeah. I totally get it. I used to be like, I used to grab like the big packs of matches whenever we had any options to get and I would get like 10, 15 packs of them at a time, and that would last me like 6 months or so. But yeah, especially if you are, I believe, a butane, just toasting it is, I think, probably the ideal experience. I would probably, if you're doing a Zippo, get the butane insert for it. They do have those. They're not super expensive.
Just make sure your flame is down. A lot of people tend to, just say you have the foot of the cigar and they're jamming up the flame well into it. And you're charring half your cigar. And it just gets really bitter. So
Yeah, you don't want to put the tip of the flame to the cigar. You want to generally leave it as far out as you can.
There's also a couple sites that offer, like, you can get cedar, either like that with a match or the Ashton Clay. I like the cedar and then use the cedar to light the cigar. That's an awesome experience.
Yeah, I have like the cedar veneers. I have a couple of those, and I use those for aging as well. So if you put them in between cigars and take them out of the cellophane, it helps to age really nicely.
Exactly.
All right, so we have a blind that I gave you in person. We met at Sagamore last week, and that was a fun time. You got to do the Sagamore tour, which we'll talk about a little bit here. I will be honest with you, there is absolutely no theme to your blind. I just I put some stuff together. There will be some scotch. There may be some other stuff, is what I'm willing to tell you at this point. So you've got one poured up. So I had to get with you. Let's cheers, buddy.
So they're not all scotch.
They are not all scotch.
Okay.
Cheers to a little old fashioned. Chris Kager says just the tip.
Always.
Always just the tip.
This has a nice fruity nose.
Yeah, it does. I like this one a lot.
Single malty nose.
Yeah, it's definitely single malty, to say the least.
It reminds me of when we just I went to Kentucky a month ago. Some of the guys, we did dark arts, we did our barrel pick, but I picked up their single malt whiskey, and it's got a very it's if you threw peaches on a Traeger for like a half hour. It's got like a smoked grilled peach. Yeah, it's definitely a summer pour. This is I'm not getting a peachy note from this, but it's definitely some kind of other, maybe apple something.
Yeah, I definitely get a little bit of apple from this. It's malty on the back end, and it's also very light, which would possibly indicate scotch, since scotch is almost always in used barrels of some sort. Definitely some crisp fruits, a little bit of like brown sugar kind of thing.
Yeah, there's another note on the on the palate. It's light. I can't place it. It's like, I don't want to say honey. It's like,
I think honey's good. Yeah, I think honey is definitely within the realm of possibility here.
Yeah, it's like a honey crisp apple. That's what I'm getting from this overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or almost like a mead. It's more a mead than a honey. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I could get that. There's some good mead out there.
I'm actually, when me and the family go down the shore, in 2 weeks, we usually stop at Birmingham in Delaware, and they have a lot of cool mead.
I know the State Line Liquors right there in Newark, Delaware. It's not on the way to the shore, probably, but they have always had a crazy amount of mead. Like they have a good selection of whiskey. They have a great selection of beer, and then they have an even better selection of like wine and mead. It's crazy.
I've heard of it, but I definitely haven't been there. We when me and the besties stopped at one of the stores last weekend, they had I want to say it was like Pine Valley Liquors, one of those stores. They had actually a nice mead selection. I didn't buy anything, but.
Landon Gaiman says Brimminghorn is awesome. So
they are.
Landon has been there.
When I went last year, they had their Lord of the Rings party, and it was really epic.
All right.
They dropped the Mirkwood. It was almost like a dark cherry wine. It was really good. This is good.
Landon is one of our G&W tasting group guys, and he lives down in like the lower portion of Delaware towards like Ocean City, Maryland. So he's like very familiar with that kind of area. It's
closer to there than home. That's why I stopped on the way home. Because I've been meaning to go there, but we're too far.
Yeah. So what do you think of this one?
It's good. It's fresh. It's like definitely a summer pour, if you will.
Yeah, I agree.
If it is a scotch, it's not. I'm not getting anything peaty from it. I'll tell you that. So.
Yeah. Is peat a turnoff for you?
No, the first scotch I ever really got into was Lagavulin 11, the Nick Offerman one. That I went right into it because I started with I had one weekend where I think I told you before, there's a place in the Reading Terminal that sells all the PA whiskey. They have the Ponfay rye on. I got the Liberty Pole peated bourbon. I'm like, in my head, this sounds gross, but I'm going to try it. And I killed the bottle in 3 days, and I went face first in the peat for a while.
Okay.
And there are scotches that I like. Like, to me, this is kind of like if I had to guess, if it's a space side, which I usually don't care for, but like on a day like today where it's hot, I would definitely indulge.
I love that you have that kind of knowledge. Like, I really do.
From the little bit that I've had Scotch, so I don't know a whole lot, but I mean, I kind of did I had a little stint with it, so I had fun with it.
I not grew up, but my first like whiskey love was Glenlivet 12, and I was actually going to give away a Glenlivet pack, but I am going to do that probably next week. I have the 12-15 Caribbean Reserve, which is rum finished, and then something else in that 4-pack. But it's a fun little 4-pack. I'm going to probably do it for content at some point this month, since it's Scotch month. That's what I've decided. I'm probably not going to do entirely Scotch.
There was a guy I used to work with before I got promoted. He gave me a bunch of scotches. He was trying to get me into it. He gave me a Glenlivet. I can't remember if it was a 12, but the one I liked the most was the Aberlour Bunda. It had packed a nice punch.
Yeah.
And then he gave me
I think the proof really makes a difference on that one.
Yeah.
Because it's most of the batches are like 120 plus. So I think it just really, especially if you're trying to convert somebody from bourbon to Scotch and they're like a really big like Stag or Elijah Craig barrel proof kind of person, like the Avenat is the one. Bestie said a whole month of Scotch ? Well, look, I was just getting to that. I don't actually have enough Scotch to probably do a whole month's worth of content. And I feel like there's some stuff that I've been kind of neglecting in the bourbon world this month, the month of July. So I will probably do a mixture of content.
Was July Scotch month or August is Scotch month?
August is Scotch month, but I just got finished with Joel Rye, which was all rye all month.
Joel Rye, yeah.
So I have a Star Hill Farms review that I got to put out. I
just tried that.
There was something else that the birthday present that my wife got me. I actually, believe it or not, I owned before she got this for me. No rare character.
Really?
So, oh shit! I have to make sure that you can see the GoPro because it's easier when we're looking at this. Guests.
I can see. I know what the bottle is. I've seen it. Frank likes a lot of rare character, but I got into it now. Like every single barrel I see, I like to try just because they're unique. They have a lot of cool single barrels.
You should be able to see the GoPro now.
Yeah, I can see it.
So this one is rare character 2025 batch 1. Nick from Sawballs actually helped her pick this out, so I can't wait to try it. But I wanted to do it for content, so I have not opened it just yet. Landon says I can donate. A lot of the G&W guys are huge in Scotch. Joseph Rodriguez says, I love Lagavulin 16 with a steak. I do too. I would say I like Ardbeg more than Lagavulin. That's just kind of my thing. Backing up just shortly, the Nick Offerman edition, was that the old one in Guinness casks, or was that the newer one in charred oak?
It was the charred oak.
Okay.
It literally looked like a volcano on the box, and I think that's what drew me in.
Yep.
And then I tried the 16 and I liked it, but I'm like, the 11 just was my palate. And it's funny because I was talking to people, my cousin who got me into like the higher proof things back in the day. And he's like, it's such low proof. I'm like, yep, Scotch is meaty. It's like having a meal. You can't have 120 proof of charred cask Lagavulin. You'll probably throw your guts off. It's just too much.
Well, Octomore does it. Like some of the Octomores are like 120 plus proof.
I think you were telling me about that when we went live with Chris and Sherry last year. You said it was a bottle that you would take from them. I think that was what you were talking about. Yeah,
the one I have is 122.6. Ooh. I did not give that to you because I did not know how much peat you can handle.
Is that
most peated scotches are like 50 to 75, and this is like 300 parts per million. So it's like super peaty.
Challenge accepted.
Joe Rodriguez asked, "You've been wanting to try the Offerman edition, so you're saying it's a buy ?
I would say if you're looking to get into the peat, that was the one that got me into peaty stuff. Like I said, I didn't dive into like the low end of the scotch. I went right into the deep end of the pool, and I was like, screw it. And it's like, I don't buy scotch a lot, but it's one I would definitely buy again.
Yeah, I have one actually that my buddy Brett gave me. I think it was either for my birthday or just for fun. He gave one to me, and it's up on my shelf. I poured it for the Do I Like This blinds for the month, and I think it's a buy as well. I'm not a huge Lagavulin person because they tend to be like really really malty, and there's something in that's a byproduct of malt called butyric acid, which is the stuff that makes your vomit taste like vomit. So, super malty stuff tastes vomity to me, and that is not a thing that I enjoy. So, usually not a Lagavulin person. That's one that I enjoy.
People have been trying to get me into years. Like when I was first starting out my cigar journey, and I was going to the Wooden Indian in Delco a lot. There's a guy that works there, Lou, and he was like, "You got to try Laforig or however you say it." And I still to this day haven't done it lazy, but every time I see it, I want to grab it just because he said to try it.
Yeah, there's a few that are good. There's a place nearby me here that has the 25, the Lagavulin or Laphroaig 25, that is very very tasty. But it's crazy. The comments are going crazy right now. Bourbon Besties, I'm assuming about the Octomore, said it's so peaty I had to drink one as a punishment. Funny story though. Chris actually liked it. Chris, who just said, "You drink vomit?" ? I don't drink vomit, but it comes up through my mouth, so I taste it.
I'm trying to get them to drink gin, and they won't. And that's a punishment to them.
Yeah, that's going to be a punishment for me too.
That's a whole nother discussion, but that's my other go-to with the distinction between what has juniper and one of my favorites is Bar Hill, and it's got honey. It's honey distilled, so I make bees knees with it, but you can drink it like that. They're like, no, it tastes the same. It all tastes like Christmas trees. Another discussion for another day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge gin person either. Like I've had like Hendrix, and
Hendrix is really good.
Somebody gave me, I think it's the Winter Spice Hendrix or Winter Solstice or something like that, and that was
I haven't had. Well, they have a bunch of different knockoffs like Orbitum and Grand Cabaret, and they're all distilled with different botanicals. I like the versatility of gin, but I have to be in the mood for it. And as much as I even like stout beer and stuff, I just go with. I'm so much of a whiskey lover, and I have I don't know how many hundreds of bottles now. I'll just grab a pour of this, and I'll switch later, and I never switch. It's just taken over between the squad and you guys, and
Well, I don't,
because it's coming up to basic season, and they're coming out with the pumpkin's coming out with the maple pumpkin. They show a stout, so I'm excited to try it. But I'm like, when am I going to try it? Because I'm always drinking whiskey.
Yeah, thank you for getting my wife's hopes up with that pumpkin, because now that's all she's looking for.
It's in my store already, so if she doesn't find it, let me know and I'll grab it for her.
All right, we have a couple nearby us. Okay, Landon Gaiman says it's the midsummer solstice. I knew he would know. He and my friend, former half of this channel, Nate, are big gin guys, and he would know, because they're like, here, try this, you'll enjoy it, and I did not enjoy it.
There's a lot. They have a Neptune one that I want to get. It's supposed to be more like a fall gin drink, and I see it. Total Wine has a lot of them usually, and I think Tomar's has a couple too.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this pour. Obviously, I think it's something that you enjoyed, right?
Yeah, it was a nice late pour, especially after all the partying I did earlier last night at Cherry's.
Which I'm super sad that I missed. I ended up leading a tasting for a guy who's in the PA Bourbon Squad, and it was a fun night. I had a bunch of bourbon and whiskey noobs where we were I was just talking about we had 5 pours, and I kind of broke it down for him. It was a very fun time. But yeah, so very much interested in sorry, let me backtrack. Very sad that I missed you guys. Tons of fun pictures. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, the food, man. She went out. She outdid herself with the food. It was really cool. And then my kids spent 6 hours in the pool.
I probably would have been in the pool too. Honestly, it was
Yeah, it was nice.
it was a spicy day. What the fuck was it? Oh,
We got to try what was the Ken Paul from the group? He had a Stellan rye that he did a little barrel project, and he aged it with like oranges and stuff, and it came out really good actually.
sounds interesting. I know there's been like those kits where you like have the bottle that you twist the bottom off, and you can do like infusions in there.
No, he did like a genuine. He did the barrel one. Like he had it outside. He noticed the temperature change because it's so hot lately. He did a real, like I said, it came out really good. But you have to like orange. It was like Valencia on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he did it with like orange peels.
Yeah, you'd have to ask him. But he did use like candied oranges and he used something else. It was kind of like I said, it was kind of like having a super VDN barrel.
Mm. All right, you want to see what this one is? I'm not going to make you guess since it's Scotch. This is, activate the GoPro, Springbank 10-year. It is a Campbelltown. So Campbelltown is like one of the smallest areas, second only to Lowland. It is very good.
That is my first Campbelltown.
Have you heard of Springbank before, though?
I don't know. But that's my first Campbelltown. It's like the one island I always forget about when I'm naming scotches, and I've never had one.
Yeah, so there's 5 regions to Scotch. There's Highland, Lowland, Campbelltown, Speyside, and Islay.
Islay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, no worries. If I didn't know Nate, I would get all of this stuff wrong too. Like it's one of those things. Nate was just constantly correcting me on pronunciations of stuff.
I've had some Highland stuff, Highland Park, and there's another one I can't think of the name.
There's some really popular Highland ones.
Is Glenlivet Highland or is that a Speyside?
No, Glenlivet's Speyside. Speyside is the biggest, and I would say they're like the Kentucky of Scotch. Like you can obviously make it outside of Kentucky, but most bourbon is made in Kentucky. Most Scotch is made in the Speyside region.
And they're the ones I like the least, the ones that I've tried. So having that being a Campbelltown makes more sense because I was going to say it'd be the first Speyside. I was like, wow, this is really good, but it is not.
Yeah, Highlands are often like they have kind of a flavor in the middle, and I'm assuming it's probably part of their distillation process. Either that or the water all has like the same whatever mineral in it, but it has this like mixture of like caramel and leather, like that kind of just like flows from one to the other in the like mid palate, and it's like all across the Highland region. And I think this has a little bit of that, but it has that like fruitiness that a Speyside has, like a Glenfiddich. A Glenfiddich is generally like freshly sliced apples to me. This one is really fantastic. I'm starting you off light. This one's only 92 proof, so we're gonna work our way up from here. But this one I think is a really good Scotch. It's a little bit expensive. Almost all of the Springbank stuff is like bonkers expensive. I think this one was like 80, so it wasn't too bad. But like Springbank is kind of Springbank is kind of the Buffalo Trace of Scotch, where like it's one of the most like tatered after, and like people buy it for insane amounts of money. So I would love to find a decently priced cask strength version of this, because their cask strengths go like 55 to 57%, so like 110 to 114 proof.
That would be interesting to try.
Yeah, definitely.
This was like water, not in a bad way, but I definitely would like to see how they step it up in the flavor and the complexity. Yeah, for sure.
So tonight I'm actually not giving away pours, because I only have basically 1 ounce of that left. So I'm not giving away pours to the chat, but I am giving away pours in the paid, and I'm also giving away this Ardbeg box of 200 mils. So if you're interested in that and you are not a member either on Patreon or on YouTube, you can drop a super chat or you can join. That works too. And then I'm also, just for chat tonight, since we're both cigar guys, I'm giving away a Weller Cohiba and your choice of Weller pours to go with it. So pretty fantastic. Prize. Yeah. Yeah, these are actually really good. Like, as far as like...
I haven't had one yet.
Okay. We'll have to smoke one together because I have a few extras.
So. I think Mike may have given me one. No, I don't. You know, I don't think I even have one. I do have a Colonel Taylor. I haven't smoked the I've had the Buffalo Trace one, the Eagle Rare one. I mean, they're basic tater regular cigars. I got a couple from CI actually, but I didn't smoke the Colonel Taylor yet. It's a Corojo, I think. So I was waiting for it to cool down.
Yeah, Corojos tend to have like a nice spicy note. Yep, they do well with a little bit of age on them.
That's another thing. I didn't know how long they were aged. So I wanted to give them a couple months.
Yeah. All right, you want to move on to pour 2?
I am ready.
Awesome. Let's do it. In the meantime, I'm going to highlight one of Sherry's comments. She said, I have never wanted to lose before. Look, if you end up having
just donate it to the big raffle.
Right. Or just like, just talk to me about it and we'll find something else that you will enjoy. So.
I feel like she would have liked the first pour because it wasn't peaty at all. It was very fruity. I don't know.
I feel like I've given her that with the same thought process that you had, and she hated it.
Really?
Yeah. I swear to God, every time I think I have something that Sherry is going to enjoy, she just doesn't, and it's wild.
She's messing with you.
I have like the anti-palate to her.
I don't know what I'm getting off this nose. It's like I don't know. It's not fruity. It's not really peaty.
It's kind of it's like brown sugar. It almost reminds me of like a Four Roses. A little bit.
Yeah, like I'm getting almost like an astringent. I don't want to say like medicinal. It's like I don't know. There is a little bit of floralness in there. It's like with something else. Maybe a little bit of honey.
Sherry's out here doubling her chances of getting scotch by dropping a $5 super chat.
Damn,
she says she's the worst. She's not the worst. She's my favorite.
I love that for her.
Oh, man. I feel like we need to somewhat explain that comment because Sherry says that all the time, but Josh and I, we're obviously like, we're pretty tight with Chris and Sherry. Like, we're all friends. We hang out outside of, like, YouTube and PA Bourbon Squad and stuff. And Sherry always says, like, I love that for you. And Josh and I just, from the beginning, assumed that she was being real sarcastic. And
it's like, no,
she's been genuine this whole time. Like, and it's the funniest thing because, like, we're just sitting there assuming it. Like, I love that for you means like I love that for you, but I hate that for me. Like, it's
right,
just,
right.
It's so
She's
funny.
like, no, I'm really genuinely happy for all these people. I'm like, well, I'm not as nice as you are.
It's so true. I am not as nice either. She said Band-Aid. Is the word you want to use Band-Aid?
No, it's not. I thought of Band-Aid because I know Chris calls it Band-Aid. It's not Band-Aid because, well, I wouldn't want to drink a Band-Aid. But this is, now that, maybe because I stuck my giant schnoz in there now, I'm getting like a fruity floral.
Yeah.
More. Not fruit like the other one. This is more like maybe kind of like a red fruit floral. Something, I don't know.
Chris goes,
this
lies. She is being sarcastic. John Crawl with the obligatory Go Birds. I keep walking all over you. I'm so sorry.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Next Thursday. This Thursday.
This Thursday.
All right, I'm going in here. I'm not getting a lot on the palate either.
This is one that I would call delicate. Like, I think a lot of people would explain this as smooth.
So, this reminds me of if you took a single barrel Four Roses like OESK and put a cube in it and it melted. Like it's very. I don't want to say. I'm not. Right. I don't want to insult because it's not like it tastes. It's not like it tastes watered down, but it's definitely. It's very stretched. Like it's not a. It doesn't punch you in the throat. You really got to like dig for those notes.
There's some like baking spices towards the back end of the palate. Like as you like finish tasting and then swallow, Chris, I can already hear you.
It goes on the more you like when you first swallow. Obviously, you first swallow like something like Stag or Peerless. You get the flavor right away. This really you have to work for it. It's more towards the finish. It's definitely at the end of the pour.
It's a slow burn. Like I feel like there's
I
definitely
this is not burn here. I'm not getting a burn. Like maybe the burn on the way down, but definitely I could chase this glass.
Like poor choice of words, but I mean like it kind of like the finish is light at first, and then like the flavor kind of dials up like at longer after you swallow. There's some like leather and like cinnamon allspice kind of thing. Did you say back?
I can get the all on the back end. Maybe even I don't want to say cloves. It's something else I'm thinking of. It's like one of those baking spices that I can't think of. Maybe nutmeg. It's very very faint. It's like the very back end of it. Yeah, this is tough. That's definitely like super crushable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this one's great. Sherry actually gave this one to me, believe it or not.
Was it something she did not want?
She's given me like I would say 4 or 5 scotches that she did not enjoy. So
that's what I'm getting her for Christmas.
Well, if you do, get her one of the Balvenie single barrels, because she actually likes those.
That's the other one I forgot that I had, the Balvenie Caribbean cask. That was what I was drinking the night that I thought we were going to win the Super Bowl, and they let me down. And I'm like, this is great, getting into scotch, watching them, and then it's just ruining it, and then I went back to that bottle. Legitimately never opened that bottle again. But it's actually really good.
I feel like you can't blame the bottle for that one.
No.
You can blame the refs, though.
It was definitely it's a really good pour. Like that's another one that would like be for more this time of year. And there's another one that Steve has at Tomar. So every time I go in there, I say I want to grab it. It's the Lagavulin Caribbean cask or rum cask, whatever it is. And I never grab it.
Yeah. Yeah, rum casks for me are weird. Like the finish on them is
very hit or miss.
Yep.
I don't care for Sagamores too much, but there is. I don't want to waste time on it. There's another one I really like, and I can't think of it. Maybe might be Rare Character. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Frank brought over a Rare Character Jamaican rum cask last summer, and I was like, "This is fantastic."
Yeah, Rare Character's doing some great stuff.
Yeah, we almost did a pick with them, but they didn't have any barrels available for us. It was kind of a blessing in disguise, but when I see them, I try to grab them. I mean, I got a cool one from Bourbon Street. It's a single barrel rye, and it's really good. If you want a sample, I will provide you with one.
Nice.
I think it's an 7.5 year, and 118 7 proof, and it's almost got almost like banana palate to it.
Any idea what the source of that is?
Probably not a question from me.
All right, fair. Does it say distilled in Indiana on the back?
Yeah, it's definitely MGP. I just don't. It says aging Kentucky and.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't think they distill any of their stuff, do they?
No, they don't. They're full NDB.
Yeah.
All right, so what'd you think of this one?
I like the first one better because this one was, like I said, was very watery, not in a bad way, but on the plus side, it's more crushable. It's not a bad pour. I would drink it again. It's just, it's not really my thing because it's very, very faint. I have to work hard at picking the notes out, and I don't want to always do that.
Yeah, it's this one. When you get the name, it will kind of make sense, and I kind of sort of agree with it, but I also kind of don't agree with it. We'll get to that in a second. This is Glenmorangie, A Tale of Cake.
Spice cake. Now I get it.
So it is a Highland single malt finished in Takai casks.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one's the one that kind of makes sense because it's like almost fruity, but then like not really fruity.
That's how the Penelope Pie is. It's like kind of, you don't know what the note quite is, and I think it's that Hungarian cask.
Yeah.
It's different.
So the Penelope Takai, and there's also one from Iron Root Distillery in Texas. They have a Saints Alley one that's also Takai cask finished. And it just kind of has this like slightly citrusy, slightly appley, and then like not much else. I kind of get the cake on this one, but it's like a weird, like, it's almost like a fruit cake.
Well, it's a mind trick. So once you showed me the bottle it was like a spice cake. Like if you make like that light spicy, it's not like a spice cookie. Like I have something from Barrel King. It's like a Christmas spice cookie. This was like a light spice cake. I can picture it in my head, and that's as soon as I saw the bottle, all the notes kind of kicked in. But it's like definitely doesn't hit you when you drink it. It's more on the finish. The nose and the finish. I didn't get much on the palate, but the finish was pretty good. Yeah,
I enjoy it. I mean, it's I think it's
it's not bad at all.
Also 92 proof.
92 proof. I think I'm just spoiled now. Everything I drink is just so high proof.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We're taking that turn.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I noticed they're getting darker as we're going along the line here.
The number, as it is with most of my blinds, number 4 is infinitely darker than the rest of them.
3, 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. This is 3.
Or number 3.
This is 4.
Oh wow.
It's a little different.
Let's go with 3. So that smells nice.
Oh yeah, it smells fantastic. Just a hint of smoke, some like
There's a little smoky. Single barrel Band-Aid. No.
Single barrel Band-Aid. Getting notes of iodine.
Yeah, I am getting I am getting medicinal one from this. It's a lot of ethanol on the very, very front end. You got to try to battle past it.
It does have like some brown sugar towards the front of it though, and I think that's really nice. Like
I'm not getting floral. I'm not getting fruity on this. It's way different than the other two. I'll say that.
A little bit of like cinnamon, almost on the nose.
Let me ask you: do you let your stuff sit before you drink? A lot, because I noticed. So when we nosed the second one, when I first poured it, it didn't have much of a nose, and then when I went back to it a minute or two later, it started to open up even just that quickly.
I do sometimes, especially if it's a fresh crack. I'll let it sit for a little bit. I'm not like a firm believer in the nose pour, but I think like the headspace of a whiskey before you open it up is full of like evaporated alcohol and all that stuff.
Well, that's the problem I have. Like when I'm going to the barn or Sherry's, like I'll pour so much stuff. Not only am I eating all this crap, but then I'm smoking, and it really screws with your palate. So when I came home from my party earlier, I wanted to cleanse my palate. I brushed my teeth because I had a heavy cigar, and I don't want to ruin the blind. But so many influences. Like when I try a new whiskey, I try not to smoke with it until I've tried it first. Yeah.
I do the same. Like it seems like when the 717 Bourbon Society gets together and we go out on the deck for cigars, like new bottles come out of the woodwork, because I think it's like it's a more intimate group, so people don't want to share it with as many people, so they bring like bottles. But by that point, like I'm a cigar in, like I'm not in a space where I want to just like do a tasting. So
you're not going to be able to fairly analyze it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can't fairly analyze it. And there's a lot of stuff that I try. Like I said, when I go to their house and I'm like, oh, this is good, and then I'll try it later. I've had things that are good with cigars, things that are good without cigars, things that are better with cigars, and very rarely I really like Tomar's pick of the double oaked rye Starlight. I've had like 4 different picks of that. Theirs by far annihilate everything else. It is worse with a cigar somehow. Every time I have it with a cigar, it robs it of its notes. I don't know why. And I've tried it with Maduro's. Probably not a Connecticut, but definitely like a natural, and it was never better with a cigar, and it's why I haven't drank it, because I smoke a lot when I'm off and when I'm drinking. But It was weird.
Yeah, it's tough
This one,
because there's like I think any cigar changes the flavor of whiskey.
yeah, absolutely.
So
You're lighting your mouth on fire theoretically.
right, yeah, you're literally burning your taste buds.
Especially, so I didn't smoke. I don't really. I'm trying to, my new health kick, like we were talking about with your new page. Like, so I tried not to drink and or smoke on my days where I'm working. So I didn't drink and smoke until Friday night, and then I went crazy this weekend at Scar Lounge and at Sherry's last night, and then at my cousin's earlier. So I'm like, after this, I'm going to start winding down for the week again, and my taste buds are probably shot.
For what it's worth, I think you're doing fine.
This one's tough too. Did you get any orange?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe citrus? Or am I?
Yep. No, there's definitely citrus. There's definitely a little bit of like a smoky citrus kind of thing. Definitely some leather. Definitely some oak. A little bit of
oak, yeah, like a I won't say a burnt orange per se, but this is like what I was talking about when Ken Paul's blend. This is like a lighter version of that. It's almost got an orangey, not candy, but like you said, a cinnamony, spice, something back there.
Yeah,
Still light though. Pretty crushable.
Get a little bit of like smoked apples on this too. I think like the smokiness comes off as apple, which for the type of whiskey this is, that would make sense.
Smoked apple. That may be my favorite. I don't know. I'd probably have to do them back to back with the first one, but I definitely like it better than number 2.
Yeah. I have a feeling that 4 will be your favorite. Just guessing.
Based on the darkness of it, the aging of it.
I mean, I have the foreknowledge of what it is for you, but I think it's.
I'm hoping it's a smoky Islay gas kicker.
Could be.
Maybe.
Scotch generally doesn't get that dark unless they're
No.
coloring it though, which they can color Scotch. So especially with like lower proof, if it looks too dark to be low proof, then it's probably colored. Like a
yeah, I know the rules are all different over there. When I did they have the dinners at Iron Abbey with the whiskey tasting.
Mm-hmm.
I won a Japanese dinner taste or whiskey tasting over there, and they were saying how the rules are just nowhere near as strict. So Japanese whiskey is technically a true one is a single malt Japanese whiskey. If it's a blend, it's a Scotch by definition. So my favorite Japanese whiskey, and if you ever had, I'll give you a pour. It's the Matsui Sakura cask, and it's like very floral, but it's got its own notes, and I can't explain it. It's not Scotchy, but it's very light. It's like it was the color of the first 2.
Well, since we're talking about Japanese whiskey, that's what this one is. Nika from the barrel. So this is
I always wanted to try that one.
Yeah, it's Nika. So they make a coffee whiskey. They make a coffee malt, which has nothing to do with actual coffee. It's a type of still.
Right. Yeah.
This one comes in at 102.8 proof. So it is.
Oh damn.
It is.
Didn't drink like that at all.
No, it definitely drinks. I would say hotter than the other 2, especially on the nose. I think it's a little bit more.
There was more there. I knew it was more proof, maybe because I don't know, like just the way it went down. But I didn't think it was going to be that. It doesn't drink like it's over 100. It's maybe like 95.
Yeah, I think I'm there too. I think this one definitely has Josh missing SummerSlam. What is SummerSlam, Josh?
Oh, it's WWE, their second event tonight. We were watching the first one last night where Seth Rollins cashed in and stole the belt.
I'm assuming those words mean things. I know nothing about WWE, so.
It's like it was a 2-part event. So remember during the charity event last year they did. Well, people were asking me why I had a Chicago shirt on. It was a CM Punk shirt because it was during WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. They're now doing 2-night events for their major pay-per-views, and SummerSlam is one of their. I think it's probably their second biggest pay-per-view, or maybe the third next to Mania, Royal Rumble, and then that. And we were watching it last night at their house, and
Hmm.
I forgot it was on. I'm also missing the Phillies. So,
Yeah, I think I
but
actually
I'm having
missed
fun.
a
Drink
Phillies comment.
whiskey.
Hold on. There was a Phillies comment up here, I think from Brian Blocklinger. What is everyone's thoughts on the Phillies at the trade deadline?
No comment.
I mean, Duran's pretty good.
I'm just worried they're gonna poop the bed like they did last year and the year before that. Oh,
I don't know, man.
I don't talk
Uh,
about.
I think Duran is as advertised. He 4 pitches to end an inning. I'm all about it.
I didn't watch last. No, were they on last night? Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
lost
they
seven
were
to
on last
five.
night, but they were.
I didn't watch.
I think they were winning. They were either winning or losing going into the 9th. So Duran didn't end up with an appearance.
I need to get to a game too. It's been about 2 years. It goes quick, and you blink your eye, and the season's over.
Yeah.
And that my son wants me to take him to an Eagles game, but I'm trying to explain to him he's young and it's a lot more violent than Phillies games are.
Oh yeah,
So.
Eagles games are unhinged.
And I grew up down there, but I mean, I grew up walking distance within the lake when it was still a vet. But I don't have the patience to deal with it.
Landon Gaiman, thank you for the $10 super chat. Sherry, just so you know, that puts him ahead of you statistically. I know that annoys you.
Scotchy Sherry.
John Crawl says Crawford needs to be brought up. I agree with that. I think the kid that they just drafted, Gage something. Duran is no Skeens. Duran is also a freaking closer. And closers are like, there's always like, it seems like there's like a crown for closers, right? There's like one good one every year. Like there was that point where Diaz was really good from the Mets, and then he just like started sucking. So I don't know. I would love to see Paul Skeens in a in a Phillies jersey. I just don't think it'll happen. I think he'll probably end up going to the Dodgers or the Padres or something.
We'll see.
Landon Gaiman says here for the whiskey. I think he means that we need to go back to whiskey. So, you ready for number 4?
I just poured it. If you didn't notice, I did a shout out to Summer Ween Part 2 here.
Yeah.
My little Jocko Melons. That's for you, Sherry. It smells really good.
It smells really, really good.
Yeah, this is definitely not like the others.
One of these things is not like the others.
Not like the other.
Is he a member? Because maybe it makes it even. Yes, Landon is a member. So he has currently 3 entries. Here for the whiskey, sipping Octomore with you gents. Which Octomore are you sipping? It's really sugary.
Yeah, there's no way this is a Scotch, and if it is, I'd be surprised. But I've been surprised before. I don't get smoky or peaty, so if it is Scotch, maybe I'm just losing my touch. Maybe I'm getting too drunk. I don't know. A lot of complexity on the nose.
Or maybe it's not.
The sugary spices.
Corn and Whiskey says, poured that Cedar Ridge pick so good. I think I missed your initial comment earlier.
Cedar Ridge?
He said, I think I'll pop my Sherry Cedar Ridge pick that was aged with macerated oranges.
That sounds violent. We had Orange Genocide makes great whiskey.
Orange Genocide.
Cedar Ridge does the Slipknot whiskey, and it's like it's gimmicky, but it's not bad. Like they have a reserve, it's a little over 100 proof, and they have a red corn, which is not bad, but it comes out of that distillery because I think it's in Iowa, and that's where they're from, obviously.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any of their stuff?
I had just like I think a generic bourbon from them.
I've had all the Slipknot ones. I don't know if they're. I think they make their own distillate, but like when I was still getting into this journey, I didn't know what MGP was, and I was into it. Like obviously, I want to grab Slipknot whiskey because I like them. Same thing with Blackened and all those other things. But I haven't grabbed it in a while because I've just. I don't know. The first time I went into Sherry's, I went in with Hudson whiskey, and now I went in. Now 2 years later, I'm thinking, wow, I probably look like a douchebag doing that.
Yeah. No one cares.
Yeah, I used to swear by the they had a maple finished rye, and it's just way too young for me now.
Yeah. Thank you to Sherry for the $10 super chat. She also said, that sounds delicious. I'm assuming she's talking to Corn and Whiskey. Corn and Whiskey is not a name that I recognize, so welcome to the channel.
This is good, man. I got a lot of sweet spices on this. I don't want to say like a butter cake, but it's darker than that. Butter cake is kind of light. It's like maybe, I don't know.
I could see like
maybe
a
it's toffee. I feel like everybody says every whiskey's cinnamon and toffee, but I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting.
People say that. People say that like whiskey has a lot of the same flavors, but I think like there are some whiskeys that have, like cherry or brown sugar, caramel are all like pretty common whiskey flavors. Like if you made a word cloud of all of the whiskey tasting notes ever, like brown sugar, caramel, oak, leather, cherry are probably like pretty big words. But like cinnamon. I think toffee is one that you don't get as often. I feel like cake icing for me is one that I get decently often. This kind of tastes and smells like a spice cake to me.
Yeah, it's like this is like a very heavy version of the spice cake one. The one that Besties did for their pick last year, the Canine Creek, she gets peanut brittle, which I didn't get. I got like a chocolatey. I have to revisit it, but like she swears it's peanut brittle, which is very specific. It's a baking spice, but it's like in a different family.
Yeah. Bourbon Bessie says, I wish I had some butter cake right now. Look, same.
Me too.
Same.
Me too. We should do a whiskey pairing night with like dessert, and I would just be really fat and enjoy whiskey with, I don't know, cannolis and stuff like that.
I like that. That could be really fun, actually. Not actually. That could be very fun.
I told you before, there's a lot of guys I used to work with that they don't drink, so their cigar pairings are coffee a lot, and then the one guy was like, try it with a real root beer. He drinks his Maduros with Hank's root beer, and I did it down the shore one night when I didn't feel like drinking. I'm like, holy crap, this is really good. You get a lot of notes from the cigar pulling out from not the ginger, like you have a fresh ginger beer, it's the same thing, you get like real ginger root, but like with the root beer you get all those notes, and like I like birch beer too, so same thing.
Yeah,
this is good.
Cream soda is like the one that I've done with cigars quite a few times, especially with a nice Maduro, like an Alec Bradley Magic Toast and a cream soda is pretty good.
That's interesting. When I went to the mall the other day, they had it was like Scream soda, like a candle, and it was almost like an ice cream soda candle. It was kind of weird, but that's what I'm thinking of. Like you get those, obviously you're getting the notes in your nose when you're smelling the candle, but that's what I would assume you're getting from the cigar mixed with the soda, with the cream soda.
Yeah. Sherry's in. Let's do that. I'm putting it on the calendar. Dessert pairing.
Do it. Gentlemen and bakeries.
Ugh. See, I'm really bad at baking. Not gonna lie.
I like to cook. I don't mess with the oven really. I'll either do the Traeger or something on the grill. I don't really cook too much. I made a couple. I carved all the pumpkin watermelons for last night, and I put orange in the oven. It was supposed to be like a dried pumpkin, and they did not come out the way the picture and the reel from Instagram look. Yeah, no, they did not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I cook with my heart. I'm a very cooking is an art, not a science, and I feel like baking is in fact a science. If you you can't just play fast and loose with the recipe. It has to be it has to be for sure.
Right. So, you can't if you saute a chicken too much, you can't dress up with spice. You can do it with the chicken, but you can't do it with a spice cake. It's either you burn it, you got to start over.
Yep. think that's where...
This is definitely my favorite one, by the way.
That doesn't surprise me. Pancakes on griddle is excellent. I agree with that.
The nose was great. It packs a punch right away. Ooh. I didn't think of that. Chris did cheesesteaks on the Blackstone last night. That was sexy.
Landon Gaiman, thank you for the...
I like to make breakfast on the griddle, and that's good.
Yeah, breakfast on the griddle is good. So we went to our local like discount grocery store the other day, and I got apparently they're just like overstock McDonald's hash browns, and I ended up air frying them for like 15 minutes. They're so good.
Oh my god, I'm gonna eat after this now.
Sherry says
that was always my thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah, breakfast is fun.
Breakfast is... I don't really eat breakfast in the morning, but breakfast food per se. Like I could go up right now and we're done and make a pork roll, egg, and cheese and just destroy it. It's the bee's knees, if you will.
Yeah. Landon Gaiman, thank you for the super chat. Evening you with the Bourbon Besties for the amount of entries you guys both have.
Getting interesting.
Sherry says...
Well, here, 10, 30.
Gonna start auctioneering it here.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry says, nope, I measure with my heart when I bake, at least for making buttercream, which I feel like is fair. Like, making icing, I think, is different than, like, trying to actually bake the cake.
Well, she did this, I don't want to say it was a buttercream. It was some kind... It had cherries in it and stuff with, like, eyeballs for the theme, obviously, but it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was like it was almost like a whipped cream, but it was heavier, and it was really good. So you would put the vanilla wafers in it, or the graham crackers, and you kind of ate it like that. But that was part of their theme last night. Something I couldn't make. It wouldn't taste like that.
Faith was geeking out about the ghost cheese on top of the
that was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
That was really cool.
There was little pumpkins too, and I'd already had my cheesesteak, and there was I don't like orange cheese, but I would have got it just because it was a pumpkin, and I feel bad that I missed out. Because pumpkins were like just sitting there.
Yeah. All right, you want to find out what this is?
I do. Let's see.
This is President's Choice Rye. This is barrel 13 from the most recent drop. It is aged 124 months, also known as 10 years, 4 months. And it comes in at 125.4 proof. This actually won my birthday blind for my favorite rye whiskey.
Is that the front of the bottle?
Yeah, it's the front of the bottle. The back looks stupid. The front actually looks stupid too, but
it looks like the back looked like a Michter's bottle almost. I didn't think that was a rye.
Yeah. Yeah, they started Rise this year, I think. Yeah, I think this year was the first release of the Rise, and this they released I think like 30 barrels or something like that. And
that was good.
They had a drop day, and I logged on and managed to get this. I had to get it shipped to Kentucky, to a buddy's coworker who they have a spot in Kentucky. So we shipped it to them, and then they shipped it to us. So it was a fun time.
Yeah, that was nice.
So
I got lucky. God, I'm sorry.
What's your go-to cigar pairing?
What do you mean, like whiskey compared to what type of cigar?
Yeah.
It depends on my mood. So there was a fire at the Nicaraguan factory for Foundation. So we're taking a hit for, and I'm saying I'm part of the factory because I love the Foundation.
Yeah.
Double Corona Tabernacle. It's my favorite cigar. It's not. I don't want to say it's the best cigar on the market, but it's a classic Connecticut broadleaf, and it's just like my go-to. So because of the fire, the double Corona is like really hard to get. And there's another guy that I'm friends with from the barn, and that's his favorite cigar. So we're like going crazy that we can't find it. So I found a couple Turos, and I brought him some. I smoked one. The Turo is just not the same. The only other one that I like is a Lancero because it has an extra filler in it. So Mar from the lounge carries those. I smoked one of those at Sherry's yesterday, the Lancero. But I don't even remember what I paired it with because I had so much whiskey yesterday. But it's obviously got to be paired with like a heavier whiskey. So the one what you just gave me would have been perfect with that.
Yeah.
When it cools down, my ideal pairing was the double Corona of that and Peerless Double Oak Rye. So that being said, I'm not going to go outside. Like last weekend when I was in Baltimore with the besties, like it was so damn hot, and I tried to give Chris a light cigar, and it was just too humid outside for him, and he's not used to smoking. So even me, I was standing out there with Beaver, and I had the River Rose Leviathan, the double oaked with a Padron 26 Maduro, and I'm like, it was very overwhelming in the heat. So it's just, it really depends on the time of year. It depends on, did you eat, how many pours are you? But like I tend to go to like a medium to full body, but every once in a while I will do the lighter end of it. Like I was gonna have a cigar this morning with like coffee, like a lighter cigar, but I ran out of time because I had to get to my cousins. But like, time of day is also a factor, I'll say. But I don't discriminate. I like all types of cigars, and you don't necessarily need a heavy cigar to pair with a robust whiskey. I think it pairs better that way. But if you want to do if you want to do like an espresso, you could also do a light cigar. But you don't need a dark cigar to pair with a like dark coffee. Like it depends on what you like.
Yeah. My philosophy for a long time has been like either bold cigar or bold whiskey, but not both. That way,
So you don't.
Yeah, I try not to make them conflict. Like a nice dark Maduro, for me, is not generally going to be a like high proof bourbon kind of thing. It's going to be more like a low proof bourbon or like a light rye.
It's a good philosophy to have. I kind of go in deep. Like I said, I do. I like the Padron 1926 and Maduro, but I actually prefer the natural, which is not. The Maduro is darker, but the natural is heavier. If you smoke them, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So the 1926 Maduro actually pairs really, really well with this guy here, depending on what batch you have.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's a lighter, it's a toasted, and you're getting that punch of the cigar, but something with those I don't even know what note it is, but when I'm smoking, I know it just the synergy there is just insane. It's like cathartic. Can't explain it.
Yeah, I think it's like a leatherness, especially with a lot of the Peerless stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely
I actually just had the Peerless Double Oaked Rye for the first time last week. We did Gentlemen and Whiskey's tasting group, and we had a Peerless Double Oaked Rye pick that was like 108 proof or something like that. Very good. Kind of like a gingerbread cookie, honestly.
It's my favorite bourbon right now, or my favorite whiskey right now, I should say, not bourbon. Yeah. There's a gentleman on Instagram. I think he's got. It's like BRB and Bear. He's got a Chicago Bears logo on there.
Bourbon Bear. Yep.
He was nice enough to go to his local store because Steve doesn't carry it. He has a single barrel of the Double Oak Peerless Rye, and he is shipping it to me this week, and I'm very excited to try it.
Nice.
Because I've never had a single barrel of anything Peerless except for what we got in Kentucky when we were there about a month ago. Everything else I've had is just their regular stuff, or like Mike got me the Absinthe barrel. I don't even know if it's a single barrel, but I've only had the single barrel stuff at the distillery, so this will be my first one that I actually will be able to try like that.
Landon Game says Octomore 15.1 pairs well with the stream. Look, I caved to peer pressure and I poured the Octomore 15.3. Sherry got
That's an interesting color.
Yeah. Well, it's a frosted.
It looks
glass.
like orange hypnotic.
Yeah. Well, it's not really like that. Like the glass is just frosted, and then the whiskey on the inside is just crazy.
I need to try that.
It's I'll bring it next time. You can give it a taste, or I'll either come to the barn or you can come out this way.
We're planning to maybe go out towards you for my birthday. Well, I'm gonna say we're definitely gonna do it. We're just looking at places now, and it's in October, so we will let you know what we're doing. It's just finding a place to stay, and then we're gonna do Mason Dixon, and then some haunted stuff because it's October.
Yeah.
And then maybe Sawwells.
Okay. Are you like? I'm assuming you're doing like Gettysburg.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like I'm leaving up to Sherry because she's been to the area before and she knows. So we're just like I said, I was looking at places before we did the sound check for this. So
yeah,
it's going to come up quick. And my birthday's October 6th, so nice. We're doing they have something to do that Friday for their light up 394. When they do they go all out for the decorations. Anybody that's listening and you're in the area, please go by their house. It's magical. but we're going to do Friday to Monday. But Monday's my birthday, and I don't want to travel on my birthday because I'm a princess. So I'm going to go home Tuesday.
Awesome.
But we're looking, like I said, we're looking at places now. We'll definitely let you know what we're doing. Chris Beaver's going to join us, I think. But I've never been to the area. I wanted to try it Mason-Dixon for a while now because they always talk about it. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I think I can probably break free for at least part of the weekend. So what do you think of this blind?
What do you want me to pour? So if I'm going to rank them, 4, definitely. I don't know. I mean, it's 3 and 1 were close. I really like them a lot. 2 was my least favorite. I would say because it's the middle of August, 1, then 3, then 2. But maybe I would change my answer if it was October for the third one. But they were good.
Yeah, I love that Octomore, honestly, and it's not that big of a jump between the Octomore and the Nika. I do love Nika. I like that little bit of smoke that it's got because it's just a hint of smoke with like a lot of other good flavor.
I've always wanted to try the Nika. I always see it. I just never grab it. It's one of those kind of things. But yeah, it looks interesting.
It's such a squatty bottle too. That's what originally brought me to it because it's like a bottle chode, like it's just so like, and then pouring from it literally sucks because like the pour hole is so small.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's
like have you ever had Lead Slinger's rye? It's the same bottle. It's a square. It's weird. I have it somewhere back here. I don't, but it's really hard to pour from.
I'm gonna have to get you a sample of this Octomore. It's fantastic.
I have a couple for you too. And I gave you the what was it? The Pumpernickel Rye a couple months ago. I haven't revisited that bottle since because I cracked it in Kentucky and I kind of just forgot it. I'm having a hard time finding the cask strength in the store. Everywhere I went to last weekend had the regular standard 96 proof or whatever it is, but only the one store in Ohio had the barrel proof one.
Yeah. What's up, Johnny Dean?
I don't know what to pour next.
Pour that. I want to hear what you think of that rare character.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah.
The mirror image is throwing me off, John.
Yeah, I get it.
So I bought this. My girl's birthday is in January. We go up to the Poconos every January, and we stopped at Bourbon Street this year, which is not really on the way, but I'm like, it's for a good cause, my liver. So they had quite a bit of single barrel rare characters. So I grabbed this one because I didn't realize it was a rye until I bought it. I thought the picture was cool. And I'm like, I saw the age, I saw the proof. I was like, all right. So I brought this back and I cracked it, and I got me and Sherry the Nulu Peach, which was obviously way out of season, but I was like, all right, grab it. And I grabbed that, and I grabbed this, and I was in love with this. So
I love that Nulu Peach. It's so good.
It's really good. And then I just brought us back a maple brulee cask from there, and that was like, it wasn't 130 proof, but it was up there. Hold on, if you want to wait a second, I'll tell you. But it was definitely, it's like dessert. It is 60.8. So it's up there. It's 132. It's supposed to be hot, but it's not.
No.
It's not hot. It's very, like, that tastes like it's maybe 90 proof. It's very, very crushable. It's very...
You said 68? So that's 136.
No, 60.8.
60 point. Okay, so 1.
So when we went there, the guy that my friend Tony knew he was doing the filtering with the char, and he let us try it right out of the barrel. I'm like, this is insane. So I know Sherry wanted one. I grabbed her a bottle. He's like, this barrel is going to the store tomorrow, like Evergreen Liquors, I think it was called. And I was like, I was blown away because I'm not a huge Nulu fan, but that was special. But the peach was the peach is good. Matt O'Driscoll had me get the grape one, which originally didn't like, and then when it opened up, I blinded it with the Starlight grape and the Nulu one, and I couldn't believe it. So like, they surprise me sometimes. And then Sherry got me a toasted rye from them. I want to say around the holidays. And I really like that. Bottle's almost gone.
Oh, from Nulu.
Yeah, the toasted rye. The store that she went to, they were doing like a closeout because they were starting to rebrand their labels and stuff. So that's what keeps me away. The price a little high sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Nulu's prices can tend to be a little spicy, especially for like their hazmat stuff. Their hazmat stuff is pretty bonkers.
We did try hazmat when we were there. Obviously, I didn't get to buy it, but it was. I didn't like it as much as the maple. The maple was just special. It's unique.
Yeah. I agree with that. It is definitely a unique barrel.
They did say when they were there they were working on a black currant barrel. I'm waiting to get that. That would be cool. I like dark berry.
I think that Resurgent does that. I think they do like a black currant and like plum or something like that infusion.
Sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah, they do a bunch of like herbal infusion, like almost treating whiskey like gin.
I did that before. I had I forget the tea company, but there's an apple spice tea I had, and I infused like I don't think it was wild turkey, but it's something that you can get. It's like very common. I did it. My problem was I left the tea leaves in it too long, and the infusion was just overpowering. But you know how I play with that stuff, and I've done the bacon one for Chris, and it's fun to mess with, but you really got to know what you're playing with. You could ruin the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting banana off of this. Mint, maybe. It's like that minty rye. If you ever had Michter's 10, like that kind of mint.
Mint's a very common rye flavor.
It's not very spicy, but it's got like a. It's almost like if you had like a certain Caribbean rum has like a fresh minty banana, like Appleton 10-year or 12-year rather. It's like that. But it was good. I mean, $80. Like I said, rare character. I've never had a terrible bottle. I've had some are really good, some are okay. Frank has a rye. I believe it's a rye that was aged in white port cask and it had like sharks on it. I don't know what store it was from, but that one blew me away. I tried that one a couple months ago. Their Amburon is not bad, considering that's really overdone now.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, you love it or you hate it. That's the thing. Like,
it depends on the bourbon. Like, Barrel Bandits does one from Bourbon Street. I like. Barrel does a really good one. And then when we went to Dark Arts, Mike got one. He brought the sherries last night. It's called Ripple Rye. They do an Amburon and a maple cask, and it's definitely a dessert whiskey, and it's definitely one that you'll screw your palate up if you drink it right away. But it's like if you like those flavors, it's there. It's not overpowering like Rio, but at this point, I agree. So it's overdone. You have to like it, but there's a guy I work with. I did that. I gave him the maple brulee and the barrel Amburon, and he liked both because he's not into whiskey. He couldn't believe the proofs when I told him what the percentage was. He's like, holy crap, because I told him the Nulu was over 120. He's like, yeah, that was very. He didn't say crushable, but that's what I'm going to say. He was like, I was drinking out on the deck. He's a big smoker, but he doesn't drink whiskey like that. So now I'm trying to get him into drinking whiskey, and I wanted to get him sweeter stuff to see how he would like it.
Angry Mac Whiskey Rants just said, where is the link to follow Josh, and is he on other platforms? You are mostly on Instagram, right? Like, do you have TikTok or anything?
Yeah, I don't. I have a YouTube just to follow you, honestly.
Okay,
I don't post anything on.
I did drop.
I have Facebook. I'm in the Bourbon Squad, and then I'm on Instagram. That's really it.
I dropped your Instagram link in the comments because I really thought I added it to the description of this video, like Sherry said confidently that I did, and I didn't do that. So
yeah, I use Instagram for you. I use Facebook mostly for family photos and the Bourbon Squad. I really don't do much. I'm on Instagram constantly. That's what I use. No politics, all whiskey and cigars. I actually started the Kingpinofsmoke.
Yeah.
Because my friend Chris at the time, it was 2017. He was like, "Why don't you start a cigar Instagram? Because you're clogging up your personal Instagram with cigar pictures." And that was almost 10 years ago. So 2017 or 2027 will be my 10-year anniversary. Believe it or not. But now I switched to whiskey a lot more.
Yeah, it's Instagram's fun. Instagram's weird.
I miss the way it used to be. It used to be all about the photos, and then it turned into the reels and the Insta thoughts, and I feel like it's gotten lost. Like Ken Paul was saying, I told him about it. He's not really Instagram about it. He started following me because I used to take hours. I would set up a photo of a cigar and a whiskey, and you would get the likes. It was like timeline based. Now it's like algorithm based. So like, I posted a couple reels from last weekend with me, Chris, and Sherry, and Chris going to Sagamore, and then just Baltimore in general with the kids. I took them to the Science Center, and it like barely generated 50 likes. But back in the day, it was just different. Now everything's based on, I guess, what you look at. So they kind of take the fun out of the app, but I still like the app because I just like the way it's set up the most.
Yeah, they definitely started.
It's very reel oriented, and I don't like it.
Yeah, yes, they definitely started pushing
the
reels, and then like like nobody.
Well, they were trying to compete with TikTok, and I don't do TikTok because I just think I'm too old for it. But I will also find myself surfing on Instagram. I'll come home from work, and before you know it, I'm 20 minutes deep in the reels on Instagram. I'm like, what am I doing? So I like we're all victims of it. But like I missed the day when it was, you know, you had to do a square photo and you had to fit your picture in, and I actually used to have a pop page. You know the pop vinyl figures?
Yeah.
I used to collect them a lot, and I had a page just for that. And you had to fit it into a square, and I had to angle it right. My buddy Kiefer would show me. He's like, "Well, if you do it this way," so I started doing that when Whiskey and Cigars when I made this page, and then they started gradually switching, and now they're like in the rectangular kind of like format of it. So, like I said, I enjoy it, but it's just they take the fun out of it because like no one sees your content if you're. I heard something that they're trying to nerf alcohol and tobacco because obviously it's a drug, whatever, you know, we don't treat it like that, but it's okay to show, you know, other things that I won't say on your live.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all you have to do is go to the search function and it's all half naked women. Just because you're
like I worked my ass off to try to get into like dogs and whiskey, and you look at one chick reel, and then it turns. It's very annoying. Like it's very annoying. I'm on there for the whiskey and cigars, and like it's very annoying.
Yeah, it assumes that if you watch something for more than like a tenth of a second that you're interested.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like when you said you did a live of my the sample that I gave you for the Middletown. I didn't see it because I had to go to your page to actually find it because it doesn't come up in my feed. It's like I just don't understand the algorithm. Not smart enough.
Yeah, it's a dumb one.
I have to get you a sample of this.
I'd love to try it. A couple of comments. Thanks for stopping in, Angry Mac. He's a good friend of our guest from 2 weeks ago, or I guess they've done some stuff. Cody from the Bourbon Battalion. I'm not sure I understand Landon's comment. Which flag would they use for that? That was like 15 minutes ago, though, so it could have been anything. Sherry's planning your trip already. She said, we're going to go to that place, Rick House at the Avalon.
I trust her. I don't know, but I trust her.
Joe Rodriguez said, that place looks cool. And then Sherry may have soft invited him over. It's pretty cool, Joe Rod. Maybe if Josh is into
Joe,
it,
we don't do soft. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, Joe, we don't do soft in those houses.
Fair.
Yeah, the house that she booked for Baltimore was really cool. It was like damn near over 100 years old. You know, it had like all the. I don't like modern stuff. Like I like it had the nice wood tones. It had like a back staircase. Like me and my girl stayed on the third floor, and it was just very. It was old, but it had character. Like that's what I like. So, but it's hard at Gettysburg. She's showing me the prices, and some of them are just insane because, I guess the time of year over there. I don't.
Yeah.
I've never been there. I've never been west of like. To actually be there. I've never been west of like the Renaissance Fair other than traveling. Like I went out to Kentucky, obviously, but I've never gone to like the stay in Gettysburg or the like Gettysburg area.
Yeah, Gettysburg's fun, especially like if you're into Civil War history or ghosts at all, because like ghost tours through there are pretty fun.
Well, my friend Natalie went to go see the hell's her name, Annabelle, a couple weeks ago, a month ago, and that guy died. So I'm like, nope.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. Sherry says, all right, fellas, as fun as this is, I gotta bounce. Home Depot drops Halloween props at 6 a.m. All right.
Jesus Christ. Summerween is over. Halloween is now.
Commodore Thunder says,
cracking out for the party.
Yeah. She always does fantastic stuff.
I can't wait till they put the decorations up. I'm gonna start when I come home from the shore in a couple weeks because it's just like that quick. We get home on Saturday and school starts Monday.
Ugh.
It's crazy.
Gross.
Crazy.
Can't wait for my kid to be in school. You know.
Wait till she starts walking and going stuff.
Dude, she's about to start crawling. Like she's rocking back and forth.
I'm warning you.
Yeah.
You will have gates upon gates on everything.
Oh, we have baby prison. We have a 50 by 50 playpen right now that we're just gonna keep her in.
My son broke out of baby prison a lot.
Yeah.
And now he keeps looking at my bottles and he's like, "Oh, Daddy, whiskey." I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to lock the basement now." And he's 6. He's turning 7 in a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my daughter's gonna be 14 and she could. I just bought her the new Pokemon. Well, the newest Pokemon game. She's addicted to that. She doesn't care. My son's gonna be the problem. Yeah.
Hey, Pokemon's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have the time. I used to play it all the time, but I was trying to. We're going through the old Kanto episodes now. Like that's probably what I'm going to do when we're done.
Yeah.
And it's just weird to see like 25 years later. I'm old. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Look, I'm pretty close to you, man. I just turned 37,
yeah,
so.
I'll be 36 in 2 months. That's sad.
Nothing makes you feel old like kids.
Yeah. Kids, my job.
Angry Mac asks Josh, "Where are you?" I'm assuming he means like where are you located.
Where do I live? I am in Upper Moreland, PA, Hatboro. I'm like 20 minutes from Chris and Sherry. I'm about an hour and a half from you, John? Maybe?
Something like that. I don't know. I've never gone to your
So
house.
if you're on the turnpike going towards John, just go westbound towards Doylestown. I'm like right there, literally right up the turnpike.
To be fair, I don't think he knows where I am either.
Oh. Well, I'm in Hatboro, PA.
Okay.
It's a nice little quiet town.
Yeah, I'm in New Holland, so we're
I'm in regular. I'm actually near a place called Holland, regular Holland, obviously. I'm in Montgomery County, but I'm like a hop, skip, and a jump from Bucks County. So, like, I'm right there where Warminster borders me, and the Warrenton's right there. There's a lot of little townships right there where a lot of the squad is from.
Angry Mac says, "I'm in New York. We need to arrange a meetup."
Let's do it. My friend Frank goes up there. When we did our store picks for in Kentucky, there's a store there's a store called Preet Liquors. I don't know what part of New York it's from. I've actually never been to the store, but he sponsored us and he sent us there. But the guy Tony that I'm friends with, he's like in that northern part of Jersey up there, and
yeah,
like we'll make it happen.
Yeah, the Frank he's referring to is Bariqua Bourbon and Cigar Journey. He's very popular on Instagram. He has overtaken, I think, both of us.
It's insane.
Which I think you're actually more popular on Instagram. I think you have more followers than I do.
I've been doing it a lot longer. It's funny. Well, to be fair, if we were ladies, we'd probably have a lot more followers. But,
that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
But like I said, I've been doing it a long time. Like it's almost been 10 years. That 8.5 years. It's like I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually thinking about doing the blue checkmark thing, just because like of the fraud stuff that goes on. I get about a dozen friend requests a week from females that look like they're manufactured in a factory. So I don't want to get my pay taken down.
They're just AI. It's fine.
Yeah. That's taking over.
Landon Gaiman asks, "How far from Lewisburg?"
I don't know where that's at. If I'm remembering correctly from like when they drop stuff in the PA Bourbon Squad, I think that's like about an hour. Is that near you, John?
If he's talking about the Lewisburg that's like above York, you're pretty far. Cause, maybe I'm thinking Lewisburg. I don't know. It's almost like I have Google right here and can just Google where Lewisburg is.
PA's so big. They're. Have you ever met Sherry's friend Lori Dixon? She's one of the admins in the squad.
Yes.
She's very far, but she's still in the state. Like she only comes out like maybe once a year with her husband because she's so far.
It's close
to
Bucknell.
Bucknell, I feel like it's not that far. I'm not a Magellan man. I don't know. I'm really bad with geography because I was going to go out to, I'm a Barrel King member. I was going to go see them when I was in Kentucky, but their little factory their tasting room was 2 hours away from Lewisburg at least, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I thought it was closer.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's probably, I would say, pretty far from you. It's pretty far from me. It's like an hour and 45 for me. It's like close to. It's a little bit east of State College.
I mean, if we were doing like a meetup, I would definitely be down to do it. Like, I didn't plan on driving to Kentucky, but like here, like we started talking about it at the beginning of the year, and like I did it, and it like that was the farthest I've ever driven, and it wasn't bad. It was honestly, it was a great experience. If you like whiskey, you just need to go and check it out. Like, especially I was very fortunate to get a lot of like special treatment, I want to say, just because of who I was with. But I mean, it was just cool just to go because of being a whiskey fan. But like that was the farthest drive I've ever taken. Like 2 hours is now nothing to me. So I mean, if we were gonna plan something, like I would be down.
I'm not quite sure why Landon's asking, because Landon lives nowhere near Lewisburg, so very interesting. Commodore Thunder says we were in New Holland yesterday feeding the fishes at King's Homestead. Well, where was my invite? Because I was home all day. Come on now.
Should have came to Summer Ween.
I guess I wasn't home all day. I was home till like 5:30, and then I had a tasting that I was hosting. That was pretty fun.
How far are you from Chris and Cherry?
Hour and 15, roughly.
So you're probably about an hour from me, because I'm west of them, obviously.
Okay.
Like when I leave their house, I go westbound of the turnpike for like 10 miles. It's not a huge difference, but it's probably about an hour from me. And like the Renaissance Fair is maybe like 75 minutes. I kind of stopped going there because it got really expensive, and I have to get your tickets ahead of time. But I kind of missed the wine store. When you were talking about Plum earlier, it made me think of their Plum wine, which is really good.
Yeah, so the first alcohol I actually ever bought was one of their wines from.
Really?
Yeah. So I turned 21. I stopped in at, they have a tasting room off of Route 340 in Intercourse. So I stopped in and I bought some, I don't know, bullshit wine that they had that was like Summer Passion or something like that. And
their wines are good.
Well, this one wasn't.
That was the first mead I ever had either. They do like weird stuff like avocado blossom mead, but like I stopped going because every time we go, the lines are long. You got to pre-sell your tickets, and it's just a long drive. And like after a while, you can only see the same thing so many times. But I miss going to just the winery. And I don't know if you've ever been to the Bluebird Inn up by them, but I was actually at a wedding at the Renaissance Fair many years ago, and we stayed in that area, and they had really good food. Like they did like halfway to St. Patty's Day, stuff like that. But just,
Yeah, I feel like their wine is better now than it used to be. Because we're talking like 2008, 2009 when I turned 21. So
I started going there with my ex in 13, like, cause like we just to go one day, and I went every year for a while for like, I want to say it was around COVID. I think 2021 was the last time I went, and they definitely stepped it up. They now have like absinthe and whiskey and different beers, but their wines are. I'm not a big wine guy because like I'm the only one who drinks in the house, really.
Yeah.
You can't crack a bottle of wine, and I won't finish a bottle of wine myself. No, like if you're over and you're all gonna share it, it's different. But like, wine goes bad in 3 days, whiskey goes bad, never. So I really stay away from wine.
If you pop it back in the fridge and seal it up with like a
you could
thing, you can.
But like I said, they have decent mead. There is a place up at Jim Thorpe that I go for when I go for her birthday in January. I can't. It's like. It's not elderflower, but it's like something like that. They have a like a black currant wine, but you can get it canned in the fridge. It's been in my fridge, and that lasts a lot longer than what's like on my shelf.
Right.
But it's like dark and tart. It's not fruity. It's like you can get what you want, but they have that. They have like a Cayuga White that's really good. I'm a big fan of I love apples and cider, and like that's. I wish there was like more of a cidery finish to certain whiskeys, but like I guess it's just not. There's not a market for that.
Yeah. There's a couple of comments. Joe Rodriguez says, I am always at the Bluebird.
Really?
John Crawl says, Bluebird is a great spot. Commodore Thunder says, the Ren Fair, I think, was purchased by an English company. They started charging for everything. The Christmas/Flavor Fest events used to be free, and they're $25 per person now.
Dude, I mean, even the kids, they charge like an arm and a leg, and like it's overcrowded. I feel like it's not what it used to be, and I feel like I don't enjoy it like I used to, and it's just not worth the drive. Like, honestly, I'd rather come see you guys.
Yeah. Also, don't buy the cigars at the Ren Fair because that dude 100% just buys them from like Drew Estate Factory Seconds and just relabels them as his.
I think so. I bought a cigar there one time when I was with my buddy Kiefer, and I remember this specifically. I went with my ex and my buddy and his now wife, and we got like the whatever infused cigars they were. It was like 11 years ago, but I wouldn't now. I know a lot better. I was just kind of starting out then. It was a lot different. There's a lot of scams out there,
especially if it says Cuban.
Yeah, I don't even mess with that. Cubans are overrated.
I agree entirely. I was talking to a bunch of guys last night at the tasting I was hosting, and I was like, look, hot take, Dominican cigars are better than Cuban cigars. And they're like, oof, I don't know about all that. It depends
what you like, I think, but like, I mean, I feel like everybody, when they talk about Cubans, like, it's like the Buffalo Trace cigars, like, this is from Cuba. Okay. If you feel the need to spend the extra money, like, I don't think I've ever had a real Cohiba, and I'm fine with that. Like, there was a guy I used to work with in the 39th who like told me about a couple of Cubans that I would have liked, and some of them are good, some of them weren't. I like Nicaraguan tobacco the best. I've noticed.
I agree with that. I think Nicaraguans are my favorite cigars too, between like Alec Bradley and like Tabernacles and Drew Estates. I think they're some of the best cigars I think are coming out of Nicaragua.
Have you ever had the Alec Bradley, the Black Market Vandal?
Oh yeah, yep.
Have you seen the label on that? The yellow label.
Yeah.
You know that's a Philadelphia 48, like a 75 report. Like that's the reports we take. That they made that a label.
No, I had no idea.
If you look at it closely, I'll have to show you like the paper. It's pretty cool. Like that's why I bought one before, and it was actually pretty cool. It was filled out from like the 6th district. Like I don't know how many years ago, but it's like that's what they use for that. I don't know how they got rights to it or whatever, but it's actually a pretty cool little piece of history.
I mean, I feel like the state's not gonna sue them over that, but I don't know.
I don't know what affiliation they had with like Philly police that they would do that. I thought it was pretty cool.
I don't know. Maybe somebody's dad was a cop or something. I'm not sure.
I'll pour some up here. Let's.
Well, I think I'm going to let you go because I think we're going to do giveaways, and I'm going to cut the stream a little early tonight because I am getting off of vacation and 5 o'clock is coming way too early tonight. So you're going back to work tomorrow after like a week off? I am going back to work tomorrow after a week off, and I'm going to have to wake my daughter up. She's sleeping in her own room now, which is cool, except also not cool because I'm not sure how that's going to go with her tomorrow morning. So
they get used to it quick. I'll tell you that. It's just once you make them do it,
yeah,
she'll be okay. It's like my son had a hard time going in his own room, but like once he did, he was like he's fine. She'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean she's been doing great with it so far. It's just she woke up like once last night and then got herself back to sleep, and then for the most part she's doing her thing. So
what is she now? 7 months?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive for 7 months. Usually, it took my son close to a year to like sleeping all night, not get out or anything. But they're all different. But I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you can sleep all night. I don't miss that. I don't want to ever do that again.
I'm gonna piss some people off here by saying this, but she's pretty much from the time that we stopped waking her up in the middle of the night for feeds, she slept 6 to 8 hours every night.
Good.
With very few exceptions. So it's like it's one of those things where like. I don't know if I want to have another kid because what if the next kid is like not that and it's like I'm not getting.
It's a matter of going the baby stage. A lot of people really really like it. I don't miss it. So when I met my girl, her daughter was 5, so I did not have that stage.
Yeah.
When my son was born, the baby stage, I hated it. And then he started walking. He was like, I was just telling somebody, my cousins earlier, I had like the decorative pumpkins out for Halloween around like 2020. We were already stuck in the house, so he's eating my pumpkins, like climbing over cake. Yeah, I don't miss it at all, man. I really don't. She's 14 now. Well, she'll be 14. He'll be 7. I'm okay. Like they come with other problems, but the baby stage, like when they can't tell you what's wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't miss it. You're getting ready to go into like the best part of it, like 2 to 5, and then like they start getting like attitude after that. Yeah, you're coming up to the best part of it.
Oh, she's definitely getting her little attitude. She's
I saw her
smiling.
at Sagamore. Like, I don't like this. I want Kentucky whiskey.
Oh no, she was loving hanging out with Sherry. Like
I know.
Sherry held her that whole time. I was like hesitant to I was like, I'm not trying to like dump my kid on you. Like I will hold my kid if
Well,
you
that's
would
right.
like
We
me
took
to.
faith for the hour.
She's
That's
like,
fine.
No, I'm holding this child. And I was like, you do you. She was like sucking on her hair and like pulling her necklace. Like she had her dangly earrings on. I was like, my daughter is going to pull those out of your ears.
Yeah, by the time we left there, I could tell she was getting cranky. Like I said, we took faith for the hour. Me, her, and Chris Squared had fun.
Chris Squared, love that.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was that Albarino finished whiskey.
Yeah.
I think it was called. It was very dry. Yeah. I don't know if she liked it or not. I didn't ask her actually, but
I think she enjoyed it, and then I ended up getting one for my buddy Colin.
Did he like it? Did he crack it?
He cracked it, I think, during the live stream last week, and he was talking to
I remember
Chris
you
about
said
it.
you bought it for him. I just didn't know if he would have liked it or not.
He said he agreed with Chris's very dry.
It is
very
dry.
Astringent, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the double oaked is one of my favorites. I just would like to see it like barrel proof. But I bought the cash strength. I got the bottle and bond. I cracked the cash strength, I think, when we came home on Sunday night, and I haven't cracked the other one yet. But like, I'm curious to see if I can get my hands on the bourbon, because it looks like the way he was talking about it on the tour, it sounds like it's going to be interesting. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Penny's proof is in November. You want to come down?
What's that?
They release a charity bottle, and apparently they do a bunch of it's almost like a yard sale worth of stuff. Like they have a bunch of old finishes and a bunch of stuff for on clearance. So I think it's November 3rd. Colin, you're in the notes. Tell me what day it is. You're in the comments here. He said it was brackish tasting.
November 3rd. I'm going from memory. I know Halloween's a Friday because I had to take off this year because I switched squads. The first it's be Saturday. November 3rd will be on Monday, I believe.
Then maybe it's a second. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the 8th.
But if it's the second, I'm off from memory. As long as the Phillies don't go to the playoffs, because they always make us work for that. So I'm torn between, do I want them to win? Because I was standing out there in 20 degrees when the Eagles won.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I would not be complaining if they did it again, because I was yay close to Jalen Hurts with the Lombardi Trophy, and I would love to do it again.
That's awesome. I know he posted it in here. He said,
what was it called? Say it
November 9th, Penny Proof.
Is it a Saturday or something?
I think that's a Sunday. Because if the
I'll get back to you. If I am working, I'll take off. If it's something that you want to do, we'll make it work. I have no problem taking off just to do stuff, or I work to make money. I take off to live for this kind of stuff.
November 9th is a Sunday.
I think I'm off. Thursday. I think I'm already off. I'll double check, but we'll talk about it.
One quick last question. Bryce Sutton asks, anyone ever had Milliman Green? Yes, I have. Their unabridged series is really good. Their single barrels are really good. Chris and Sherry, who were in here earlier, I don't know if Chris is still around, but Sherry left for sure, gave me
I've only heard about them.
Single barrel that they have. Chris has a single barrel. It's a white label one that's 130 some proof, and it's really good. It's almost stag-like, so if stag is your thing.
That's why he'd like.
Yeah. Chris and I have very similar palates. So
I think we kind of do too.
I think we do. Yeah, I think we're
the only thing that we disagree on. Well, maybe not me and you, but me and Chris. I do not like Garrison Brothers. I don't like the Cowboy one. The only one I really, really enjoy is the Ladybird.
I don't mind the Garrison Bros, especially the Cowboy. I like hazmat stuff. I think what you and I don't agree with on. You and I don't agree with Peerless. I think Peerless is a little. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, to me, it's a little simplistic. To me, Peerless stuff all just tastes like bourbon, right? There's not a lot of complexity.
I know what you mean. For some reason, I think it hits the right spot for me. I definitely think they're expensive. And then Chris Big Stick was just telling me, he's a big fan of Dixon Deadman and 2XO. He's he thinks that they're thinking about closing up. I don't know if you have any more insight on that, but
they are, from what I hear, in financial trouble. So,
well, me and him were talking about it. Like maybe they're just very like same thing with Kentucky L. Like it's good, but like why are you charging $100 for a bottle? Like why? I like all their stuff, but like why is it 100 not 60? Might be keeping some people away. I think Peerless can get away with that because it's a more well-known name, but I would love to pay less money for. I love Double Oak Rye, but like, why is it $115? I don't know. I'm a big fan of it. You can't put a price on something that you like to an extent. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna buy that, but like maybe the guy who doesn't know what it is not gonna risk 114, but maybe he would do it if it was $65. Like, I don't know.
I think Peerless has a cult following that 2XO doesn't. Like, I feel like,
yeah.
I feel like if you're an NDP in these days, a non-distilling producer, for those who don't know, you have to make your name somehow, and I feel like 2XO was trying to make their name off of Dixon Deadman and Kentucky Owl fame, which your average whiskey connoisseur has heard of Kentucky Owl, and that works for them. But I would say the average person probably doesn't know who Dixon Deadman is and doesn't really give a shit about what 2XO is doing.
I mean, I like their stuff, but I remember, so before I met Chris and Sherry, before I met you guys, I remember a lot of people I would work with would be like, oh, price is based on what's good. So I work with this guy. Confiscated bourbon is like $130. It must be good. And then they would get a bottle and like, oh, it's good, but it's not $130 good. So why is it that price?
Yep.
I don't know. I've never owned a bottle of that. The closest I came to, they had like the St. Patty's Day clearance bottle on sale. But like I tried that. My cousins and I'm like, it's good, but I don't really want to own it. So, I don't know. Where do they get the prices from?
Well, so they were the first to get what I'm now calling the wild turkey treatment, where they got bought by a giant corporation, and then the corporation was like, we need you to make more money, so we need you to jack up your prices. So they got bought by Stoli. They got bought by Stoli
really?
In 18 or 19.
I didn't know that.
So then when Stoli was like really pushing their prices up, I think Dixon was like, bro, we can't sell this. Like we're struggling to sell these things, and they ended up ousting Dixon from his own company, like his family's own company. Like they resurrected the Kentucky Owl brand from like his great grandfather, which I mean, like, look, things are already hard out there for every craft distillery because they're the ones that are struggling in this time. The legacy distilleries are still like, the worst that's going to happen to them is their stuff's going to become more available. That's all it is.
Well, like the wild turkey, like the generation stuff and all you were talking about in one of your reels maybe last year, like they go up exponentially, but like the regular 101 is still $30. So it's like people are going to buy that, but like you said, someone who doesn't know what 2XO is may not want to spend $90 on something that has a sneaker on it. Like I really like their stuff, but a lot of it is because I've tried it because Chris said, hey, this is really good, and he's right. But if I saw it in the store for $90, I'm like, am I gonna? Now that I'm more experienced and I know you guys, am I going to go in a store? And I don't really just blindly go in and spend $90 to $100 on a bottle. I don't know who the distiller is. Like I will for Peerless, I will for Old Forester, like a single barrel, but like something I don't know, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. So their problem is that their low end and their high end suck ass.
Yeah.
The low end, like American Oak and French Oak from 2XO,
are like
$40. And which is, that's in line with, Maker's Mark 46 pricing. It's just not anywhere near as good as Maker's 46. Like
Maker's 46, is, especially the cask strength, is like, I was just so. There's a guy I work with that like he's not an amateur, but he don't drink as much as we do, and I was like, you need to go get that bottle because it's just for the price, $60. Like, but like you said, it's a well-known brand. It's good. Right. Who's going to go out and get the regular French Oak 2XO if you can get that for? It's already well-known brand makers, the wax and whatnot. But like you said, you have to appeal to the regular consumer. I'll give an example. I work with a guy who somebody gifted him a bottle of Tin Cup, and I'm like, Ray, that's not good stuff. He's like, well, what do you recommend? Like, if I go in a liquor store, what do I get? And I'm like, you can't go into PA Wine and Spirits and just pick. You have to know what you're getting.
Right.
more importantly, you probably should go over to Jersey or Delaware that has more availability, and like I'll help you out. But I'm like, you can't blindly go in there and just buy stuff. Like, you have to kind of have a plan. Like, what's good? What's someone going to recommend? What do I like? It's just too hard out there to just randomly blow money on whiskey that you don't know. I've done it before. I have bottles from during COVID that I still have that I just didn't care for because I just wasted money that I took a chance on because I didn't know you guys. I didn't have an opinion, and I didn't have any guidance basically.
Look, we've all bought stuff that we just, we find out too soon after the fact that like it's not as good as we want it to be. But that's just life. Like, that is, you have to some extent you have to, trial and error to see if something's good.
Well, that's why I like the more connections that we get. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll give you a sample of that Middle West. You might have hated it and never wanted to buy it again. Now you might want to get a bottle.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'd rather do samples than waste the money on the bottle. But now I do it all the time.
Right. Which is why getting connected to a good, local bourbon group is so important, because then you can buy stuff, you can give it to other people. If you're contributing and other people are contributing, you get to try stuff that, other people, may pick up. I picked up recently, the Exodus Rye from Evernorth, and I've been giving people a taste of that. What's up, buddy? Hi.
Well, I'll give you an example. So Gary came over to Sherry's last night. Gary, Botanowitz from the group. He brought over Michter's 10, which Chris Big Stick has never had. I've had it because Ed brought us to the barn. He had the 24, and then I believe we had the 25 in Kentucky. He doesn't like it. So I said, dude, you might not want to put that on the table. That not to sound funny, but at a bottle share that might disappear because it's a unicorn. Let's be real. They overprice the hell out of their shit, and I think that's crazy. But I do really like the 10. I like the 10 better than the barrel proof, which is weird. He doesn't like it at all. Chris Big Stick loved it, and I like it too a lot. So he I saw Chris's eyes light up when he tried it because he's now new into the rye. So everybody's different, but it's just. You have to know, it's good to know, he bought it not trying it. He said he bought 2 bottles.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that. I think Tomar's had one of their drops in the wintertime. There was a bottle of Michter's 10 there, and the guy behind me was like, are you going to get that? So he went and got, how they throw their rares in there. He went and got it because, I didn't want to drop the money, but, you have to know what you're buying.
Yep. All right. One last comment, then I'm gonna say goodbye to you and do our giveaways. Landon Gaiman says Peerless needs time. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I think Peerless is putting out 6 to 8 year old whiskey. It's not young by any stretch of the imagination. I just think it's not as flavorful as I want it to be. It's very generic.
I enjoy it a lot, and I put out the money for it because I enjoy it. But I can't. If you ask me why do they spend, or why do they charge $115 for their toasted rye? I don't know. I don't does it take that much time to age it, or are they just doing it because they know people like me are going to buy it because they like it? I don't know.
I think they're pricing it like Nulu.
They're ridiculous. So Nulu's pricing, maybe it's just because I like Peerless, but I think really, I don't enjoy many Nulus, and the couple that I had, I like the creme brulee. That bottle was $90, which is, I think, is really weird because Sherry really likes the honey whiskey. The honey whiskey is $150. Why is that bottle retail $60 more than the creme brulee? Why? Because its honey is more expensive than maple. I just don't understand where they're getting the logic from. This bottle, not this particular one that's almost empty, but me and Frank went to Roger Wilco in December, and this bottle they had for $74.99. 2 bottles left. Me and him grabbed them, but it depends on where you go. Sometimes they jack up the Peerless, but the last one I got from Steve and Tomar's, I think it was $110 for the double oak rye, and that's my favorite. So I put out the money for it. But if you don't know what you're getting, and I tell people that bottle's my favorite, but if I didn't tell them that, are they going to go buy it for $110? I don't know. Where are they getting that money? Where are they getting that price from? I know they're a craft distillery, but is that a reason to charge that much more? I think they'll be fine. I think Peerless is popular, like you said, with the 2XO. I hope they don't close, but I guess I would get it if they do.
Yeah. I don't know. 2XO's got to do something. They've got to. They've got to shutter their Gem of Kentucky because their Gem of Kentucky
the Gem of Kentucky is fantastic, but I just can't spend $2 on a whiskey.
It's not $200. It's
no. Yeah. The cheapest I've seen it, I think Benash had it for $180 last summer. It might have been them. It might have been someone down the shore. But like, why is it $180?
Dude, they were on the shelf at Party Source in Covington, Kentucky for $60 a piece. They were clearancing them out. So like,
when was that?
That was Bourbon Fest last year.
Holy
so like,
shit.
we were on our way down to Bourbon Fest, and our buddies like messaged us. They were like, "Hey, we stopped at Party Source, and they had Gem of Kentucky for like $60, so we bought the whole shelf." I was like, "Yeah, obviously."
I was gonna say I would have bought 3 myself because they're, first of all, that store is probably the best liquor store I ever went to.
Yeah,
arguably.
Yeah.
They had the Fearless Double Oak rye, or not Double Oak, the Toasted Rye that I've been looking for. It's not readily available yet, but it's coming. So I stopped there. But the Gem of Kentucky I really like, but I just can't spend the money on it. But now the Woodford Double Oaks, I won't spend $200 for that because of the proof, because I'm a proof snob. But like, I think at least people will buy Woodford because it's a more recognizable name.
They're not though.
I'm not going to do it.
No, like it is sitting at like 200 stores in PA. There's like over 500 bottles because nobody wants to buy it at $200. It's way too expensive.
With my cousin, like Woodford and the regular PA stores now is like, I think it's like $50 a bottle, which is outrageous. When I started this like journey, it was $35.
Yep.
The double oaked is now about $65, which is still high. So you're double oaking it, which is $65. So how do you over triple the price for an extra double oak? Like, why is it not like $1 to $120? Why is it $200?
Yeah, it doesn't.
The cheapest I've seen it is $180. I just can't do it.
Right. You would also assume that it uses a third barrel, but it doesn't. It's just extra time in that second barrel. That's all it is.
Is it worth triple the money for extra? Like, I feel like me and you could put it in a bag. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. Like I said, I think people buy what they like, but like the companies that want to like expand and get their name out there, like I don't know where they're getting the prices from. Like I'm always going to shout the money for Peerless, maybe because I'm a fanboy.
Right.
But I get it why people say like maybe it needs more time or maybe it's generic. Like I like certain things. Like I like the toasted bourbon. I don't drink the regular bourbon. I have I don't know where it's at. I have a single barrel rye from Bourbon Street. It's good, but I only spent like $80 on it, maybe 90. And I got a couple single barrels from the distillery, but like they had the cognac finish at Party Source. They wanted 180. The distillery wanted 200 because they tried to discourage from buying there. But I'm like, I'm not spending $2 on like a regular cognac finished bourbon. It is barrel proof, but it's just not $200 good. Just not doing it.
Dude, 1792's cognac finished is not barrel proof, but it's also not that far down from Peerless, because Peerless barrel proof is like 108, 110, and this is at 98. And their cognac
someone told me
is 65.
I think it, one of my sergeants I think said it was good. Someone just told me it was good like the other day. I can't remember. It was like within the last it was this weekend sometime. And they said it was actually really damn good.
Yeah.
And I actually like their full proof. I think it's up there for especially for $40. I think it's really worth it. So yeah, I don't get where some of these places get their prices, especially in this day and age where people just don't have the money to spend.
Very true. All right, Josh, I'm going to say goodnight to you so I can do this giveaway, and we can all go to bed. So thank you, Josh. Kingpin of Smoke. He is on Instagram, TheKingpinofSmoke. Look him up. It's also in the comments somewhere. I will make sure that it ends up in the description for this video if you guys check back and see that. Enjoyed our blind tonight. I enjoyed actually having a guest that enjoys some scotch, so gave me a little bit of flexibility to do some interesting stuff. So
I'm gonna go pour some Balvenie now, just for the hell of it.
You do that, man. All right, good to see you. We'll catch up later. Adios, man.
All right, good luck, everybody, on the giveaway.
All righty, catch you later, dude.
All right.
Okay, so hey, look, the wheel just came right up. I love that. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes. No, actually, I'll give you like 30 seconds. If you are in the comments and you have not already done your is it shuffling? Okay. That's done. Perfect. Okay. If you are in the comments and you have not dropped a comment, here's what you can possibly win. So tonight we've got stickers you can win if you look down below this screen, GoPro. Summer Vibe stickers and our Santa Glenn. He's more popular around Christmas, but we decided to give him the summer treatment. This is a holographic sticker also. Super cool. Love it. And then we're also giving away a Weller Cohiba and your choice of Weller pour to go along with it. I'll give you a 2-ounce sample of whatever Weller I have that you would enjoy. I know I have the Weller 12, which I believe this was designed for. It might have been the full proof for this one. I know the first one was the 12. But they are fantastic pairings. I will let you decide. So that is for the chat only. I currently have the paid wheel up. We'll shuffle the chat wheel real quick. You actually have better odds if you are not named Landon or Sherry on the chat wheel than you do on the paid wheel. Northwest Bourbon, thanks for stopping in. I'll make sure I get your name on here. I appreciate you telling everybody to hit the good luck. Oh, I don't have comments on here. Darn. I don't see me, but I'm blind. Yeah, you're right there. You are like second from the bottom there, Commodore. So I promise you you're on there. Why, question mark? Oh, there I am. All right, so we're going to give those two things away. We're going to start with the stickers. I'm going to spin that wheel. So congratulations to... Oh, a little old-fashioned. So, hit me up there, buddy. I still don't have your address. I owe you another bottle. So let's get on that. Figure that out, and then we'll get that to you. Now we've got the Weller by Cohiba cigar. I have it flipped because I'm a Dumbo. So congratulations, everybody. And that comes with your Weller pour of choice based on what I have. And that is going to Angry Mac. So I will hit you up. I follow you on Instagram. So if you guys are not following Angry Mac or Josh Kingpin of Smoke, definitely do so. Look them up. Angry Mac's Whiskey Reviews. He's a lot of fun to watch. Definitely sounds like he's from New York. And then finally, on our paid giveaway, I'm going to go ahead and take the really expensive scotch off of the top of things that I'm currently doing. First thing we're giving away is this Gentleman of Whiskey hat. This is the charcoal and black. If you do not win one and you want to check out our merch store, these are in the merch store. And if you spend $50, you get a sample of some sort as a free gift. So definitely worth a check out. And then pours from tonight that Chris got. That is the Springbank, the Glenmorangie Cake, the Nika from the Barrel, and the special pour that I gave him. This President's Choice Rye, Barrel 13. So pours from tonight. I can only do one set. I usually do chat and... I usually do one for chat and one for paid, but I only have about an ounce left of that Springbank, so only going to paid tonight. And that is going to Johnny Dean. John Crawl just joined the sticker club. All right. Well, I did not get the email, but I'll throw you on here. Unfortunately, you did not win a hat, but... results. Johnny Dean won a hat. Johnny, I don't know if you have a hat or not. I think you might. If you hit me up and want a different prize, we can work that out. So, I'm gonna shuffle this once more. Trying to keep Bourbon Besties and Landon Gaymans from touching, because they each have, I believe, four 4 each. And Landon wins out and gets the pours. I know he has some of these, so hit me up from that. We're just going to remove this one. And then finally, for this Ardbeg pack, Masters of Smoke, 3 200ml bottles. It's a lot of fun. Look at that. Joe Unfiltered. I have to send you stuff anyway, so I'll just send you that this week. It'll be a fun time. Thank you to all who showed up tonight. Rude. Thank you to all who showed up tonight. Thank you for those who joined. John, I will get those stickers out to you. I assume that you have put your address into Patreon. I will make sure to get those to you. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to look up Kingpinofsmoke on Instagram. Josh is a fantastic guy. Very fun to watch. His pictures are very visually pleasing, and help him beat the algorithm because it's not just about reels. So thank you to all who are watching. Thank you to all who dropped comments, who are supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. And as always, we hope you drink like a gentleman. Well, I just I just bombed my own line there. We hope you join us in drinking like a gentleman. Cheers.